Welcome to another CTV Sports presentation. CTV Sports is brought to you by St. Clair Chevy, Buick, GMC, We Care. By Murphy Inn, Restaurant and Hotel in St. Clair. By North Star Bank, North Star guiding the way. By St. Clair Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, We Care. By Neiman's Family Market. By St. Clair's Ace Hardware. And by CTV, Community TV in Marine City and St. Clair.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to St. Clair Saints Boys Varsity Basketball. John Carter along with Brad Robbins, and tonight Saints host Lakeshore in a battle of unbeatens in the gold. Both teams coming in 2-0. This is a big game for the division, and Brad, could be a very interesting ball game tonight.
Yeah, we're coming off a big win here on Tuesday night. A little stiffer test tonight with the two unbeaten teams, and this is a big position game at home for the Saints. We're excited to watch.
All right, let's turn it over again to the public address announcer Denny White for the playing of the national anthem and the introduction of the players.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise and wave this flag? Gentlemen, please remove your hats as we honor America this evening with the singing of our national anthem by Allison Child.
Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous night o'er the rampart we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rocket red along Clair's ringing air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, St. Clair High School welcomes you to tonight's varsity contest between the Shorians of Lakeshore High School and the Saints of St. Clair High School. Tonight's starting lineups of the spirit of sportsmanship read in alternating fashion, beginning with the Shorians. Freshman, number 0, Nicholas Almeida. For the Saints, senior, number 1, Ian Jensen. For Lakeshore, junior, number 1, Malik Hill. For St. Clair, senior, number 10, Mario Matson. For the Shorians, junior, number 5, Malik Minor. For the Saints, senior, number 11, Logan Petrakowski. For Lakeshore, junior, number 10, Evan James. For St. Clair, senior, number 13, Ben Davidson. For the Shorians, junior, number 11, Caleb Bates. the Saints, sophomore number 14, Sean Donaldson. The Shorians are coached by Derek Walton Sr., the Saints by Sean Sherrill.
Well, welcome back, everyone. John Carter along with Brad Robbins. And Brad, as you said, a very big game, but let's just quickly mention great rendition of the national anthem by Allison Child. Always great when one of the kids from school can come in and do such a great job in the national anthem.
Yeah, it's nice to promote the kids, give them a chance to earn that community credit and come out here and perform. Very, very well done. Nice job.
All right, getting back to the game. This should be tough. Saints come in here looking to defend their home court again against a very tall Lakeshore team.
Yeah, I think the first thing that pops out is the size, and when number 11, Caleb Bates, came out in introductions, my first thought was, I'm interested to see what Coach Sherrill is going to do with him. On the flip side, I'm interested to see what Coach Walton is going to do with Ben Davidson. You know, the Saints rebounded really well the other night and used the team approach to do it. They're going to have to do the same thing as we look out on the floor right now.
All right, Saints in a defensive position on the rebounding. Davidson, Matson, Donaldson, Pichakowski, and Jansen for the Saints. Hill, Almeida, Minor, James, and Bates for the Shorians. Almeida, 6-foot freshman, guarded closely by Jansen. Has problems, picks up the dribble way out by half court. Nice cut to the basket, and number 5, Malik Minor, good backdoor cut, picks up the basket and the foul.
Donaldson, you know, that's one of those things. Ian Jansen did a good job causing Almeida to pick up the ball there, and Donaldson got aggressive and got up in front, which is probably what you want, but got beat backdoor at the end. Coach Walton's begging for an intentional foul there. I don't know. He made the bucket, and it was a hard foul, but I don't know that there was a malicious intent with it.
Minor's foul shot's up, back rim, no good, over the top. Saints ball, they trail 2-0. John Carter along with Brad Robbins watching Saints basketball here on Community Channel 6 CTV in St. Clair. Pichakowski, pressure from the Shorians, Matson in the middle, Davidson. Pichakowski open 3, a little long, and Nate Donaldson may have picked up a second. And we do have 3 referees this game, and that's going to make a difference.
That is going to make a difference. Very physical the other night and allowable because there was only 2 officials. Probably better served to have 3, a little more game control with the top 2 teams in the league right now. You probably want that. And Donaldson played a very physical brand of ball the other night. He's going to have to tone it down if he wants to get back on the floor.
And Donaldson quickly replaced by Scott Selleck. Pichakowski up ahead. Davidson back out to Jansen. And cross court, Mario Matson. Man-to-man for Lakeshore. Bates on Davidson, which is an interesting matchup. Ben gets him up in the air, hard to the basket, and scores. That's going to be tough for Caleb Bates at 6'6", and certainly a strong player, but not used to guarding someone like Ben Davidson.
Well, when I looked at those matchups at the beginning, and we said that from the outset, I wondered if Coach Walton was going to try that matchup, and I think that benefits the Saints. If they want to put Bates out on the perimeter against Davidson, I don't know that that's a way that they're going to want to go.
All right, Saints. Malik Hill, number 1. In the middle, this is Almeida. Switch. Minor now, Bates. Hill, long 3, no good. Rebound, nice position by Matson, and that's what the Saints going to have to do, keep Bates off the boards. Mario, open, 3-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Lakeshore.
Matson did a nice job that whole possession on Bates. He drew that assignment and did a good job of keeping him off the glass. But Malik Minor goes left-handed there, and he might be a scorer for the Shorians.
Selleck in and gets it. Nice pass from Davidson, 4-4. Minor now, double team, tipped away. Selleck gets the foul. And that's the Saints going to want to do. They want to put pressure on the guards, make it difficult to get into a nice half-court offense for Lakeshore.
Yeah, they don't want to look at giving the opportunity for the guards from Lakeshore to let Bates post up. I think if you're going to use Mario, that's fine, but he'll be in foul trouble quick if he's got to battle at the block all day. So you want to force them into transition buckets and speed them up and do the same thing at the other end.
Selleck's shot is good. Gaselli comes in with quick 3 points here for St. Clair. And the Saints want to up-tempo this, but up-tempo with a purpose. Not let Lakeshore gets in for some dunks, but keep them away from the basket, make them play hard. Almeida, quick move to the basket, can't get it, rebound by Davidson. Up to Pichkowski in the middle, Matson. Jansen wide open, three-pointer, yes! I was watching the warm-up. Ian made about 5 in a row from that spot, and that's good for the Saints. They quickly up 9-4.
It was a nice feed. It was in rhythm. That's exactly the shot you want Ian Jansen taking. He played 3 quarters of outstanding defense the other night. They're going to need all that from him again.
That's where it's tough. Bates there. Nice spin move to the basket. Picks up the foul on Mario.
St. Clair foul number 10, Mario Manson, his first.
That's just what we talked about a minute ago. That's not a look that you're going to want to let the Shorians get into, where Bates can put Mario on his back and have him battle for a 3-quarter front. That's going to be a tough assignment for any kid on the St. Clair roster today. He's a big boy.
Yeah, Mario's a tough kid, but he's given up probably 6 inches and 30, 40 pounds, and it's not lightweight.
It's not a bad 40 pounds.
No. And Minor again to the basket. Makes it 9-8. And there's obviously a couple guys on this team that can take the ball hard to the hoop. Matson nipped away by Hill.
Yeah, early on here, pretty impressed with Minor. He's got some ability to slash through and get to the bucket. He's going to be a tough matchup to keep in front. Be interesting to see if the Saints try some matchup zone or some just general 2-3 zone to try to close those gaps a little quicker.
Davidson. Jansen, guarded by Hill. Pichkowski. Now they're kind of going to a matchup 2-3, I'd call it. In the middle, Matson. Jansen's open. Three-pointer, yes! 2 in a row for Ian. Hill. Almeida, long 3. No good. Rebounded by Bates. Tipped away nicely by Matson. That's going to be a foul, and it's frustration foul that time by Bates.
And Coach Walton for the Shorians is complaining about who made the call, but in my opinion, somebody had to. Bates rode him all the way, almost out of bounds over here. And a nice job on the back end. I think Mario had as good a position as you could to board, and then he needed a little support. Somebody poked the ball away from Bates on the second rebound there.
Pichkowski in the middle.
Play.
But can't get it outside to Selleck. James. And rebounded by Jansen. Picked off by Hill. Quick hands. Bates. Foul line, no good. Rebounded by Jansen. And up to Davidson. Davidson all the way to the hoop. Oh, good move. Can't get it. Selleck though. His shot's blocked away, but it'll stay St. Clair basketball. Saints need to look in and out, I think, on these plays. It's going to be tough. Ben probably can, but other players are going to have a hard time, I think, getting shots off against Caleb Bates in the middle.
Even Minor that time saw how athletic he was to get up and contest that shot. A little more rim protection tonight for the opposition than maybe the other nights. An adjustment that they'll have to make here early.
Matt Eisenhart comes in for St. Clair. Selleck. Can't handle the pass in the corner. Hill, one-on-one against Davidson. Fall away. 1-point shot there. Matson. Part of the hoop. Draws the foul and scores. Mario Matson. Big time play that time. He had a lane. And no one really came out to challenge him, so he said, take it to the hoop.
And he went right at the kid that was standing there in not very good position and challenged him, went straight up and strong enough to get the bucket. That foul is going to go against the freshman, Almeida.
Matson knocks it down. Saints up, 15-8. Hill in the middle, Almeida. And again, Minor. That one's probably got to be cut off, because that's 3 times now he has been able to get to the basket. Turnover on the Saints. 15-10. Saints still up.
Early on here, Minor's going to be a matchup problem one-on-one. He's got a good ability to get to the rim.
Hill. Bates out front. Nice move. Can't get it. Rebound, his own missed shot. And it's going to be a jump ball. The outside referee had a foul, but the inside referee whose call it is called that a jump. And it'll be Saints on the arrow.
Nice job again, position-wise. Saints are battling for the glass.
Pichkowski
Gonna have to be consistent all night.
over to Eisenhart. Davidson. Matson, Selleck. Saints running their man offense.
Good decision there by Selleck. I think he wanted to come off and pull that shot, and he bobbled it and didn't get a good clean catch, so he decided against it. That's smart, that's mature. It looks like Minor just drew his second foul, which is something to pay attention to. Lakeshore, when you look across, has a pretty deep bench, much like the Saints, but when we got here today, their roster looked a little interesting, so I'm not sure how much depth they really have. And in talking to Coach Sherrill, Lakeshore had a lot of success last year, won a league title, but I think they graduated most of their main scorers, so they're trying to find their identity also.
First sub for Lakeshore is Jesse Creamer, number 3. Pichkowski takes in the backcourt. 15-10, Saints up. 2 minutes, 27 seconds left, first quarter. Pichkowski. Selleck. Davidson in the middle. Cross court. Selleck. Davidson, corner. Eisenhart outside. Pichkowski open. He's got it. Hassamin inside out. And Eisenhart with an excellent pass. And Pichkowski knocked it down. 3-pointer.
Good patience there by the Saints. Ben Davidson caught a ball in the short corner and passed that one up. Got Logan one in the diagonal that was a little bit better. And now another nice job by the Saints on the glass.
Davidson, who kind of came up a little high on him that time. Lakeshore ball. Almeida. Guarded by Matson. Saints interchangeable at a lot of positions, and that's an advantage in some ways, except when you got a guy 6'6". Bates away from the basket, guarded by Eisenhart. And that's going to be a foul on Matt Eisenhart out front. Reach-in foul on Eisenhart.
That's going to be a tough matchup for Eisenhart on either spot, really. He gives up probably a little bit of foot speed, and then if you take him down to the block, he's giving up more pounds than Mario, I think. So, but you got to be able to rotate some guys off of him. You can't count on Ben or Mario to guard him, or they'll be in foul trouble, and you need them to score, so you need them on the floor.
Nice catch by Creamer. Quick crossover. Almeida open, blocked by Davidson. And ahead, Jansen and Matson coming up. Mario all the way to the hoop. Scores!
Nice job by Mario Matson there. That was an impressive play.
Here's Hill. Can't get it. Rebounded by Bates. And rebounded by Eisenhart. Davidson. Got bumped there. There's pretty serious contact one way or the other. And that'll be St. Clair ball on the side.
Well, helter-skelter. I think either way there, if Almeida's going to make that bid to draw that charge and the official deems that it's not a charge, then you got to call the block or the bump. There's a lot of contact for no whistle, and it really made it ugly basketball due to the contact.
All right, Derek Wynn in for Lakeshore. Garrison Dabrowski in for the first time for the Saints. Jansen thought about it. Matson again. Knocked away from him, but off his leg. Selleck will come back in for St. Clair. And he's going to give Mario a rest. This is a smart move here by Coach Shale. Give Mario an extra minute here before the first quarter ends.
Well, if you get in games like this and you're projecting him to battle with Bates, or you're projecting Ben to get tons and tons of minutes, you'll probably see Ben maybe sit the first 30 seconds after the quarter also. These are planned breaks to give them an extended quarter.
Bates, follow away. No, that's impossible. Stop. Caleb Bates with the jumper. Davidson back out, Dombrowski. Jansen on top of the key.
You might see Coach Sherrill decide to go just for one here.
Pichkowski, quick move, and back out. Down under 20 seconds now for the Saints.
There's the call. That's probably a good move. Bring that out. They're sitting in a zone, and he got an 8-point lead. Scored 20 in this quarter. See if you can get a good one.
One-on-one, Davidson versus Bates. Pull up three. Yes! Then Davidson to end the first quarter. Can't get any better than that. 23-12 at the buzzer. We'll be back in just a second. Let's have a couple words from our sponsor.
Hey Metro Detroit, come on out to St. Clair Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram and see the difference. We make it fun, fast, affordable, and easy with deals like these.
During the summer clearance event, lease a Ram 4x4 for $89 a month.
Did you just say $89 a month?
Dodge Journey GT, only $109 a month.
Even a Jeep Renegade, just $99 a month.
With deals like that, why would you go anywhere else? I-94, exit 257.
Drive a little to save a lot at St. Clair, where we care.
St. Clair Chrysler Jeep and Dodge.
Murphy Inn, Restaurant, Spirits Hotel, all in St. Clair. Before or after the game, stop at Murphy Inn. Different specials every day. Happy hour 2 to 6 daily and 7 vintage hotel rooms. Half off large pizza every Monday, karaoke on Wednesday and Saturday, live music on Thursday and Friday. Murphy Inn has private dining area for showers and family parties. Murphy Inn, Restaurant, Spirits Hotel in St. Clair since 1836.
Technical foul, number 13.
And we're back with the start of the second half, or start of the second quarter, and there's going to be a technical foul against St. Clair.
It was on Davidson. When he hit the shot, he let Bates know about it.
So Almeida will be on the line to shoot two. No possession change because they're going to have the ball to start the second quarter anyways. Now, question. I'm not sure. Does the technical count as a personal in high school? I don't think it does.
It does.
It does count.
The technical foul will count as a personal foul for him, so. I don't know what he said.
I think he was celebrating because it was a good shot.
Yeah, I think he celebrated maybe a little bit too much.
All right, Almeida. First shot's up. Back rim no good. Toughest foul shots to make are the technicals. No one else around. Nobody to slap hands with. Second shot for Nicholas Almeida. That one's also off. Well, no harm, no foul, as they say. Good start for St. Clair in a big scoring quarter. 23 points for St. Clair.
Yeah, nice job. Big shot there by Davidson. Honestly, with those two foul shots being missed, you like players to play with a little edge. I don't know what was said. I don't know how it was interpreted by that official, but got to make it water under the bridge and move on. And really, if you're Coach Sherrill, could be pretty pleased with the overall effort. I think on the glass was a big question that we had, and for one quarter of the game, the Saints have held serve.
And kept Bates away. He still got, I think, 4 or 6 points that first quarter, but didn't dominate. And they didn't get the ball to him often because they were having such trouble getting the ball over half court.
Right, and we mentioned, you got to take advantage of the fact that their starting point guard, Almeida, is a freshman. All right, we had this issue the other night with Court Huron, so you're going to ratchet up the pressure and hope it doesn't get down to the experienced players. Minor and Bates are the problem. And you're not going to match up with Bates with his back to the basket on the block. And they got caught with that one time. And really, a couple of the shots, the last shot that he hit on a fall away from the elbow, if he's going to hit that, you just tip your cap and play the next possession because there's no stopping that. You just got to count on him shooting a low percentage if that's the shot you give him.
If he wants a 15-footer, that's one they're going to have to give him. They don't want is 6 offensive rebounds, doing the Moses Malone, and then putting it back up.
Saints did a nice job spreading out the scoring. This is a night where they'll need some secondary scoring. Jansen was 6, Matson 5, Pichkowski hit a 3, Davidson chipped, his 8 in, and then Selleck came in and got like 4 right in a row. So, sharing some of those points, it's going to be huge. And Donaldson, who played really well the other night and boarded and scored, got into some foul trouble and isn't able to really be on the court right now because you got to have him for the second half.
All right. Lakeshore has the ball. Start second quarter. 23-12, St. Clair. Wynn guarded closely by Pichkowski. Almeida. Long three. Rebounded by Davidson. And I'll just say, Saints will take that because Pates had pretty good position. Matson. Jansen. Davidson. Heart of the hoop. Outside Matson. Three-pointer. Grim no good. Rebounded by Pichkowski. Solik. Jansen.
Good patience here by the Saints on an extra possession. Sometimes you see that second shot get rushed. They're not in a hurry at all. Good ball movement.
Down deep, Davidson. Side, Solik's open. Three-pointer. Rim no good.
Good possession.
Rebounded by Creamer. Number 12, Amari Ruffin in for Lakeshore. Creamer, guarded by Solik. This is Bates. Heart of the hoop, can't get it. Rebounded by Matson. And we said the other night, Saints have big guards. Mario and Davidson are good-sized guards for high school, and that's just what you need. Davidson open, three-pointer, yes! And good rebound by Scott Solik.
Another second shot, another made three for the Saints.
Quick foul on Jansen. His first foul, but not one that Sean wants. Be aggressive, but don't foul 35 feet away from the basket.
Right. You mentioned how the guards being big is an advantage. It's an advantage offensively, but what's nice is how if they board the basketball, it's not like they have to outlet to somebody, and they can dribble out of that quick trap that teams like to do. Bates,
Long three, no good. Rebounded by Solik. And that has two advantages. One, I don't think he's a great three-point shooter. Two, takes him away from the basket.
Yeah, that's excellent. If you're Coach Sherrill, that's exactly what you want. And if you're Coach Walton, you're shaking your head asking why.
Davidson get pushed by Almeida. And when Ben gets a guard on his back down there, it's going to be tough.
And that's a matchup similar to the one that the Saints face at the other end. There is no way that Almeida is going to be able to cover him at the block, because Ben can catch it at the extended block and have space to get to the rim. Saints really doing a nice job, quite honestly, of taking advantage of matchups and turning them into a positive for them.
Turner-Yelder, Robin Turner-Yelder in. Davidson, quick three. Back rim, no good. Rebounded by Ruffin. Head to win. Guarded by Pichkowski.
Good job, Mario.
Excellent defense by Matson. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Ruffin, and he gets it.
First time I think we've seen the Saints give up a little position and give up a putback.
Matson. Jansen. Davidson. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Bates. Bates up to Kramer. Hard move to the basket. Nice shot. But they're not letting Bates get down court, and eventually he's going to get frustrated about this. Oh, great move by Solik, using the left. Used the basket to protect it from Bates, and dropped in the reverse left-handed. Ruffin.
Really
hard pass, hard.
Smart play by Solik there, going right at Bates. I think Bates has two. So going right at him, this is a wise move.
Pressure by Lakeshore. Matson to Pichkowski. Hard pass cross court, Jansen. Back to Matson. Mario to the hoop. Got the foul on Bates.
I guess we'll see if I was right here.
And Mario really aggressive tonight.
Number 11.
Playing well.
His second.
Second foul.
Second, okay.
Second foul for Bates. See if Coach Walton decides to rest him for at least some time here in the first half. Matson's up. Back rim, no good. Garrison Dabrowski comes in, give Pichkowski a rest.
Garrison Dabrowski.
Should also mention Sean Donaldson's back in for the Saints with two. Second shot for Matson. Up, and it's good. That's not sure what's going on there. It happened last time with Mario. He must be just tipping the line with his toe or something.
I'm not certain what the call is. He's got to address that, because that's 2 games in a row. It's been an issue, and it's quite honestly a silly issue. So
Yeah.
he's got to fix that.
Dombrowski and Donaldson found the backcourt.
It's going to put us in the bonus here. Both teams are now shooting foul shots every time we have a whistle. We got 4:56 left to go in the second quarter.
That foul is on Dombrowski. Omari Ruffin beyond the line, shooting 1-1. You want the kids aggressive, but not fouling when you don't have to. Ruffin, shot's no good, rebounded by number 33, that was Turner Yelder, and he just went over the top of everybody.
Seeing a little shift in momentum here. Saints still up 10. Got to
Dombrowski.
keep their composure, move the ball, get good shots.
Dombrowski's open, no good, rebounded by Creamer. Creamer, hard to Davidson, can't get it, don't rebound, can't get that one, and picked up by Davidson. Davidson, up court, draws the foul, and gets the basket.
That's a nice job. Davidson recognizing who is running with him. Number 2 there for Lakeshore.
Derek Wynn.
Derek Wynn is not much for stature, and Ben recognized that right away and went right at him. It's not really a good way for Wynn to not look like he's just crowding underneath his landing spot. So he took it and got the 2, didn't get the and 1 though.
Bates, pull up, no good. He's forced a couple, I think a little bit of frustration not getting the ball down low. Davidson, open 3, yes. Good pick by Jansen. Defensive player went under it, and Davidson rose up and nailed it. 33-18, Saints up.
You know, there's no way that the scouting report says go under the screen on Ben Davidson, and right there he recognized it immediately and made them pay.
Excellent play defensively by Davidson that time. Dombrowski all the way to the hoop, he draws the foul. Garrison Dombrowski will go to the line, he'll shoot 2.
Showing foul number 2, Derek Wynn, his second.
Going to have timeout for Lakeshore. This game's been everything it's been cracked up to be. Saints with a 33-18 lead, and right now I think it's working out very nicely for St. Clair.
Yeah, Saints are doing a good job. There's matchups on the floor that Lakeshore is, I'm going to give credit to the Saints and say that the game plan is keeping them from being able to use them. I think Bates shooting from 15 plus feet on multiple possessions is an issue. They've done a pretty good job of keeping everybody else off the glass. Yelder got a bucket, Creamer got a bucket on a second shot, so they got to shore that up. But at the other end, they're really bringing it to Lakeshore, and Lakeshore at times has looked a little bit disinterested in moving their feet defensively and doing what probably Coach Walton is addressing here in this timeout.
All right, both teams in the bonus, as you said. It'll be foul shots for everybody down the last 3 minutes, 42 seconds of the first half. We mentioned both teams 2-0 in the gold. Lakeshore 6-2 overall, Saints 5-3. Again, we mentioned that the Saints played a couple of very difficult teams over the break, so that 5-3 record might be a little bit misleading. But these are most likely the two best teams in the gold division. Lakeshore beat Tower. St. Clair's beaten both of the Port Huron teams. Port Huron Northern beat Fraser, so logically,
right, yeah,
these seem to be the two teams that are going to be the ones who are going to be in play for the league.
Yeah, I think if you look at it, you'll probably see the home court play a part in the Saints, the Shorians, and the Titans at Warren Woods Tower. They're always a good team. I think Lakeshore beat them by 4 points the other night, but I don't know where it was at.
Yeah.
But if it was at Lakeshore, you know, that could go the other way. And going on the road and playing the Shorians would be a different animal also. So you got to get this one here tonight.
Dombrowski missed 2, but rebound by Eisenhart. Back out, and Saints get another possession. And it's good. Make Lakeshore play defense. Eisenhart. Here's Donaldson. And intercepted by Creamer. Hill tried to run right through Dombrowski, and that didn't work. Donaldson gets it to Matson.
Saints kind of holding serve here without Dombrowski, or excuse me, without Davidson.
Three-pointer for Sean Donaldson. And a good speed from Matson. The Saints up 36-18. 3 minutes left. First half. You're watching St. Clair Saints boys varsity basketball here on CTV Channel 6 Community Television in St. Clair. Bates, started by Eisenhart.
You're seeing some swing offense, flex cut looks from both teams right now. It's kind of interesting. They're running about the same offense on one another.
Number 3, Jesse Kramer gets it to Hill again. I'm sorry, Miner, and he just takes it hard. Malik Miner's been the most impressive player for Lakeshore tonight. He's taken the heart of the basket 4 or 5 times already. He's either scored or gotten a foul. And that was another good drive. 2 shots for Miner. That was the second personal on Jansen. First shot's up and backboarding good. Saints come back in with Selleck, Davidson, and Pichkowski, replacing Eisenhart. Let's see, Eisenhart, Jansen, and Dombrowski. Second shot now for Malik Miner. Shots up, and another one. Looks like he actually intentionally put it off the backboard.
I was going to say that he had to do it twice for both to count, and he did it, so. We'll see how that, I'm actually pretty confident he'll be at the line again. We'll see how it goes. He's a pretty good player. He knows how to get to the rim.
Donaldson, 3-pointer, no good, rebounded by Bates. Here comes Hill. All the way to the hole, can't score. Rebound by Creamer. Tipped away, and hard work by St. Clair, controlled eventually by Pichkowski. Donaldson, and gets fouled by number 1, Malik Hill.
Got him on the arm as he went to drive. Probably doesn't make a huge difference because if he didn't foul him, I think it was going to be an uncontested easy layup. Might as well make him earn it with a 1-1.
Donaldson on the line for 1-on-1. 18 foul for Lakeshore, and that's the 3rd foul on Miner. So he'll be getting a seat here for the rest of the first half. Donaldson, back rim no good, rebounded by Creamer. Miner, back out. Down deep, wide open. And Jesse Creamer gets a second one. Matson, Yalek. Matson, hard work and puts it in. Mario Matson comes up a little bit gimpy, but excellent work there on the boards for the Saints. And Mario with about 6 fakes gets it in.
Yeah. Probably fortunate that Miner's got those 3 fouls and couldn't really go up with them. Had to just stand there and watch Mario put in the bucket.
Nice move to the basket. Number 33 is Turner Yelder. And he scores. I think there's actually a couple fairly tired kids on both sides out right now. Davidson. Donaldson. All right, under a minute to play. Pichkowski. Saints are.
They may opt for one again. This takes too long. Just based on the fatigue and the lead.
Matson, wide open, 3-pointer. Yes.
What do I know?
Well, Mario's having an excellent game tonight. And that time Bates did not come out to guard him. And Mario had a wide open look at it and took it and knocked it down. Bates, hard of the basket, scores. In the middle, Davidson is open, goes to the hoop, knocked away, Selleck. Cross court, Matson, that's going to be travel. 6 seconds left. First half. Couple substitutions here. Eisenhart, Dombrowski going to replace Donaldson and Matson. Don't want them to get more fouls. Smart coaching move there.
Right, I think both of them have 2, so going to need them in the second half. Both of them doing a really nice job. Mario in particular today.
Hill all the way in and draws a foul with a second left. That's not what Saints wanted. Got to stop the ball out front. And Malik Hill Took it all the way to the hoop, and he's going to shoot 2.
Eisenhart is second.
Matt Eisenhart picks up his second foul. Hill's on the line. He'll shoot 2. First shot's up, and that's good. Lake Hill, another junior on this team. A lot of underclassmen. Second shot for Hill. It's up. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Dombrowski. And excellent first half, an entertaining first half as the Saints lead 41-27. That was pretty good basketball.
Yeah, sitting here watching, I think it's about as well as you could expect to play if you're the Saints. Did a really nice job on the glass, hit a lot of shots. And 41 points in a high school half. If you're on your way to 80, I don't know, in general with the score though, you still got that angst that you can see there's potential for a comeback. If the Saints cool off a little bit, I think this could get interesting in a hurry. So you take that, you game plan around it, and hopefully continue some consistent shooting in the second half.
All right, everybody, Saints up 41-27. We'll be back in just a moment to bring you the second half.
Yeah, you get that feeling, don't you? Like,
Neiman's Family Markets, from produce, deli, bakery, meats, or even bagels. Neiman's Family Markets. They have it all on Kearney Drive in St. Clair. Neiman's Family Markets. St. Clair's Ace Hardware in the Riverview Plaza is now open 7 days a week for your shopping needs. Everything you need from auto supplies, wiring, paint, craftsman tools. St. Clair's Ace Hardware has picnic items, a complete gift department with candles and more. Don't miss the specials on Valspar paint. St. Clair's Ace Hardware in the Riverview Plaza.
All right, welcome back, everyone. John Carter along with Brad Robbins. End of the first half, Saints up 41-27. And Brad, I think you made a very good point at the end of the first half. It doesn't feel like this game's out of reach by any means.
no, I think you look at the way that the Saints shot the ball, you'd love to think you're going to continue that. And you look at some of the matchups that Lakeshore is able to create, and some of the runs that they went on, just give you the notion that there's a run left in them, and the Saints got to weather that storm and be able to play through it. Because I think there probably will be a little bit of an answer here by the Shoreans.
Saints don't really have anybody in foul trouble. Most have 2. Shoreans do have Malik Minor, who was an important part of their first half offense, has 3 fouls. Caleb Bates has 2 as well.
Minor in the first half, really explosive player, had 11 points. The Saints really spread it out, but Ben Davidson's already got 17 tonight, so if he can match that in the second half, that'd go a long way to doing the Saints good.
All right, Donaldson, Jansen, Pichikowski, Davidson, and Matson. Almeida, Hill, Bates. Throws it hard in there, and Caleb Bates just using his size and strength. Overpowered the Saints that time. Make it 41-29. Man-to-man. Pichikowski brings it up quickly. Jansen. Davidson reverses to Matson. Jansen. In the middle. Davidson. Nice pass. Jansen thought about it. Didn't take it. Davidson guarded by Minor out there. Reverse again to Matson. Donaldson. Pichikowski. Jansen open. Yes! Good feed by Logan Pichikowski. Took the baseline, and Jansen nailed it again.
Really nice possession there for the Saints. Had some okay shots throughout. Passed those up. Got a really good one in the corner for Jansen. Same corner as he's hit a couple of times tonight over on this end. Now switching the floor, a shot that he's clearly comfortable with.
Hill, pull up. Up against top of the backboard, and that'll be to the Saints.
You got to imagine, we talked about the reason that we thought the Shoreans had the ability to come back in this game was that they could dump it into Bates with his back to the basket, and they did that on the first possession, and I think right there Coach Walton asked them why they didn't do the same exact thing.
Almeida. And quickly to number 3, Jesse Creamer. Didn't make the shot, but he's going to pick up the foul on Mario Matson. That's his second. And the Saints are going to have to manage fouls here. There will be times they have to, and they just need to manage them for the second half. No one in foul trouble yet. That's, as I say, a couple players, Donaldson, Matson, and I think Jansen all have 2, but no one with 3 yet.
Product of a little bit of depth. It's served the Saints well thus far this season, and they're going to have to keep using it.
Jansen with the rebound and a tough play by Davidson. Saints caught in the corner. You see that turnover coming. Kramer to Hill, couldn't control it.
That's not a spot you want to put Sean Donaldson with the ball. You don't want to put anybody with the ball in the corner like that with nowhere to throw it. Best he could do is either get Coach Sherrill to bail him out with a timeout or throw one off that defender's leg. That was that turnover written all over it.
Davidson past his man. Knocked away and off Davidson. Saints have to be careful not to try to do too much. Donaldson guarding Minor. Malik Minor. Brings it up court.
It's a tough matchup for Donaldson.
Yeah.
Minor's got the ability to go to the bucket.
Donaldson stepped in. That was probably a good foul. No chance really to stop Bates, who's probably 8 to 10 inches taller than he is, but at least force them to take some foul shots.
To make him earn it, I think that's going to be Donaldson's 3rd. Something to keep track of.
First shot by Bates is good. Caleb Bates, junior, 6'6", forward center, averaging almost 20 points a game and about 13 rebounds. So he's been a real force in the middle for Lakeshore. Second shot is good as well. 44-32. Pichkowski. Jansen in the side. Nice back cut, Davidson. And he's fouled by number 1, Malik Hill.
Again, Ben shields the ball with his body. Really the only way, when he beat Bates, Hill came in from the back end and grabbed his arm, and that's what the call was. He was already by, actually a pretty threaded pass there by Pichkowski to get into him. I didn't think that was going to be the look, but a nice job of that outside shoulder, and Ben made something out of it.
Off the rim, no good for Davidson on the first one. Second shot now. That one's perfect. Hill. Cross court, Minor. Goes to the hoop. Rebounded by Malik Hill. Almeida open, three-pointer, no good. Rebound again by Lakeshore. Minor. Nice pick-off by Pichkowski. And it's going to be tied up. And Saints will have the arrow.
Nice job by Ian Jansen getting on the floor there, tying up a ball, getting the possession. Like to see that if you're Coach Sherrill.
And this is where it gets dangerous, because if Lakeshore can get it to the point where they can pound that ball against the board, they've got size advantage at virtually every position.
That was one of a few times where you saw the advantage take place there on, I think, 3 shots. You know, they got 3 shots out of that possession, offensive glass. Saints do not want it to turn into that kind of ball game.
Pick and roll with Davidson and Matson. Davidson looks out, Matson. Oh, good tip away by Hill. Gets in and scores. That brings it down to an 11-point game here. And Lakeshore turning up the defensive intensity just a bit. Pichkowski, Matson open, three-pointer, just short. And knocked away by Donaldson, but couldn't control, to Almeida now. And up to Creamer. Yeah, they got to get it to him. That's easy. And that's the first time I think Lakeshore actually looks to that as first option. But when Bates gets positioned like that, there's really not anything the Saints can do.
And you're not in any position where you're going to be able to really pinch on the backside with help, because the person you're sending over there, you're just setting up to get a foul called on him. If it's got to be 3/4, and you got to try to keep him far enough away that he's going to want to shoot instead of turn around and lay it in. And that's really, really easy for me to say up here. And he goes 6'6" and all of 230. It's harder to do down there for those guys. So I think you and I both saw this as kind of just a matter of time, and maybe we're just hoping they would never figure it out. But bringing the ball down and using that as the first look and making Mario have to work really hard is probably the recipe for success for the Shoreans. This is where I think you might see Coach Sherrill choose to go to some zone looks and really try to flood those passes and use more than just one guy and a helper. But then you make yourself susceptible to those drives by number 5, and
it also makes it harder to rebound. But
right,
I think a really important possession here for the Saints, probably why Coach Sherrill called the timeout. Pressure from Lakeshore.
Into single digits here for the first time in a long time.
Matson, guarded by Minor. I think the Saints will take this one-on-one. Mario. Pichkowski. Solik is in for St. Clair. Gets it back. Mario to Ben. Solik thought about it. Jansen. Open 3. Yes! Ian Jansen. Another 3. I think that's 4 tonight. Big shooting from Ian Jansen. And good offense. That was a good set.
He's done a nice job defensively, and additionally, he shot the ball really well. You need that out of him against a good team.
And again, Bates just, that was tough defense. Really, Mario played that absolutely as well as he could have, and just wasn't anything he could do.
Now, if you draw that assignment with Bates, you got to look to start to take a charge, and
nice move again by
get him in some foul trouble.
Mario Matson makes it a 12-point game again. Saints up 50-38, and Coach Sherrill wants another timeout, and I'm thinking he may look at changing his defense right here.
Yeah, that's a couple times in a row. I think the first time might have been to re-emphasize what they've been doing and how well, and this time I think he knows that Lakeshore's figured it out, and you got to try something different. If it's not working defensively, you got to switch it up. I think Coach Sherrill probably feels a lot like we feel up here. He knows how Lakeshore could turn the tide a little bit, and he wants to put his kids in a position to be successful. And he's not going to make them 6 inches taller right now. So you got to call that 30-second, give them a different look.
There's no magic powder. All right, Lakeshore will have the basketball. Almeida, Hill, Kramer, Minor, and Bates. Saints have Sulik, Matson, Davidson, Pichkowski, Jansen on defense. And this is a kind of a matchup here. Tipped away and controlled by Jansen. Jansen all the way to the hoop. Blocked by, I think it was Minor. Kramer, nice pass. Hill with a walk. Yes, called by the outside official, and that was kind of lost his footing. And that's turnover Lakeshore.
It's good transition defense by the Saints. Making priorities out of the ball, the next pass, and forced a turnover.
Jansen passes it up. Davidson, three-pointer, going to be a little long, and rebounded by Almeida quickly to Kramer. All the way in, didn't stop the ball. Saints kind of let that penetration go the whole way. Makes it 50-40. Matson up ahead, Pichkowski. Saints have numbers. Wide open. Nope. And rebounded by Almeida. Kramer gets it up. Minor lost the ball. Pichkowski drives hard. Outside. Solik open. Three-pointer. Too quick. But thrown away by Pichkowski. Very smart play by Logan. And over to the hoop.
What a nice job. Logan Pichkowski. Not a name that flashes out in the box score. We said that on Tuesday, but He has a knack for getting like a big possession or a big bucket.
That was all him. He stole it and then came back, made the basket. Hill, nice shot, three-pointer. As you mentioned, that's what's going to be open. And Coach Walton wants timeout. Wow, it's little coaching.
Yeah.
One-on-one actually going up to advanced coaching right here.
Yeah, you're starting to see them have to play against each other. This is where, as a coach, it's kind of fun. You're in a basketball game that's competitive, and you're trying to match wits, because what happened there is the Saints made an adjustment into a zone that, quite honestly, I haven't seen Coach Sherrill run that zone yet this year. There may not be a lot of film on it. You're saving it for those league games against somebody who's got a scouting report on you that, they might not have run the even man front that they need for that in practice yesterday, and you're kind of coaching on the board against one another, and the players still have to do it, but it's interesting to see what's in each's repertoire and have them match with their timeouts here.
And there's still a lot of time left. Or minute 34, third quarter. Saints up now 52-43. And you got to figure there's going to be a lot more chess being played here tonight.
That was a big shot by Malik Hill for the Shorians in the corner there, because the Saints kind of recaptured a little bit of that momentum, and then he knocks down that three and makes it a 9-point game again.
Davidson way up in the air, kicked away though nicely by Hill.
Saints changed up looks again.
Tipped away and controlled by Davidson. Davidson fouled. You can tell he's going to look for the corner there. He penetrate in, dish out, but that's a foul on, let's see, who was it?
It's on Hill.
On Hill, number one, that's his second foul. No trouble there. Tipped away by Lakeshore. Here comes Hill. Nice shot. Those runouts are what they got to avoid. The Saints have to make them play against a set defense. One-on-one, difficult to guard them. Donaldson. Saints have made a couple of risky passes out of the corner.
Got to make taking care of the ball a priority. Quite honestly, this is a spot where you're probably looking for number 13 to make a few things happen on his own against that press. I think he's bringing the ball up against number 10, Evan James, who we haven't seen a ton of, and go right at him and even take on the next wave. That'll be all right. And here you see him with the
Davidson
ball.
Drives hard, and it's called for the walk.
Well, I thought he might have hooked the defender, so if I got to choose, I'll go with the walk, but I didn't see that.
52-45, 7-point game.
Saints extending a 2-3 here, which is different than previous to that timeout.
Almeida down under 40 seconds. Minor down deep. James, no good. Rebounded by Bates, and he gets it. Just a tough rebound that time. Air ball off the shot, and
good
cross
pass.
court. Madsen open. Three-pointer. Can't get it. Rebounded off the hands of Bates. And it'll say Saints ball with 6 seconds left. 52-47. Saints would love to get a basket here.
Yeah, they've only managed 11 points this quarter. That's a little off pace from their 41-point first half. The Shorians have come to life a little bit here and had a
Ruffin comes
20-point
in,
quarter of their own.
replaces Minor. Minor with 3 fouls. Saints bring in Selleck and Eisenhart. Out court, Selleck. Cross to Ben. Ben, pull up 3. Oh, Vic Graham looked good the whole way. Couldn't get it. And a strong corner for Lakeshore as they cut the lead now. 52-47. Let's have another word from our sponsors and we'll be back in just a moment.
North Star Bank, your local community bank serving St. Clair, Sanilac, Huron, and Washtenaw counties. When you need a local community bank for home loans, checking, savings, and other banking needs, North Star Bank is the community bank that you want to deal with. The bank that will take care of all your personal and business needs. North Star Bank has a new mobile application that you can download to make banking even easier. North Star Bank, guiding the way. Member FDIC.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Lakeshore made their move. We said they had a run in them. Cut the lead down to 52-47, and that's going to be a barn burner, I think, the rest of the way.
Yeah, I think so. I think if you're Coach Sherry, you try to stay positive over there, and the fact that they made a run, the reason that you played so well in the first half was so that you can survive a run like that. You can't discredit the great first half the Saints had and think that they're not capable. Quite honestly, it would be if the Saints would have shot half as good in the third quarter as they did in the first half, they would still be fine, and we wouldn't be talking about a 5-point game. You're still in good position. You're in your home court. You're on your side of the floor on offense. You got to try to find a way to keep Bates at bay. I'm not going to say you're going to stop him. Make sure he goes to the line a few times here and has to earn it. You're not in any foul trouble, and really your roster is not in any foul trouble. So now it's time to be aggressive and take it home. This is what it's about. Who plays in the fourth?
Absolutely. Both teams with only 2 team fouls, so that's, as you say, there's fouls to use here for both these squads. Lakeshore ball. Saints back to a man-to-man. Davidson on Bates.
And that's really probably the Saints' best way to match up, but you don't want to put Ben in a position to be in trouble.
He's just so strong. That was an adult rebound he had right there. And Saints couldn't do much else that they did. It's just he's a big, tough kid, and he grabbed it and held on to it.
Yeah, there was good position, and really Ben did a good job to hold him off the glass. It went over top of Ben and on the backside, and it's going to put you in a spot and gives Ben that foul that we just talked about was the reason he wasn't on him to begin with.
Shots up and good. Bates made 3 in a row from the foul line. Cuts the lead to 4. Second shot for Bates. It's going to be around the rim and good.
Bates is at 16 points. I know he's getting near his averages that you mentioned earlier, that's for sure.
Madsen out. Pichkowski thought about it. Jansen. Ian Jansen. Guarded by James. Pichkowski. Looking for cut on Davidson, not there. Eisenhart. Madsen has it out top. Pichkowski.
Got to run it all the way through and get Ian Jansen another look. He's shot the ball well.
And there it is. A little short this time, though. And Bates brings it up quickly. Almeida. All the way to hoop and scores. Cuts it to 1. And this is why you play. Great game. Really fun game to watch here tonight. 2 very good teams going at it. Hill on Davidson, and Blake Hill, good, hard physical player. Madsen all the way to the hoop, draws the foul, and he's going to shoot 2.
Yeah, nice job by Mario recognizing who was on him. That was the matchup I mentioned for Ben earlier, and he noticed that Evan James was on him out on the open floor. I just don't think the strength or foot speed is there for James to keep either one of those guards in front of him. And if Malik Hill is going to guard Ben, it's going to have to be Mario, and it's going to have to be Ian, and you're going to have to probably make some foul shots to spread this out and take back hold of the game.
Donaldson and Selleck come in, replacing Jansen and Eisenhart. Saints gone kind of cold on the foul line and need to make these. Second shot, back rim, no good, rebound Bates.
Yeah, got to make foul shots, got to make shots in general. It's been a little cooler here in the second half.
Rebounded by Donaldson, up to Davidson, tipped away by Hill.
I think James is fortunate he did not, or Bates, excuse me, is fortunate he didn't draw a flagrant there. He's throwing elbows. Doesn't like that the Saints are harassing him on the glass. Something to keep an eye on. He's not real happy right now.
Pichkowski brings it up. Quick double team. Nothing there. Selleck back to Pichkowski. Saints need to get into offense here. Logan with a turnaround. When in doubt, shoot.
Well, the defender was doing a great job on him. He didn't really have a whole lot to go, and when he turned around on his pivot foot, realized he got him behind him. So it's as good a look as the Saints are going to get there.
James didn't get the basket. Good foul that time by Selleck as James had a layup, and this time he's got at least taken from the foul line.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that foul. Came over just a touch late, but prevented him from getting the layup. Really, that started off. You can't be mad at Scott Selleck there. That started with the gamble with Pichkowski out front, and everybody had to roll over to help, and that's risk-reward with going for that steal.
Evan James knocks down the first, and Lakeshore has been making their foul shots, and St. Clair hasn't, and they've been coming back because of that.
Got to make all the difference here down the stretch.
That one's going to be a little bit long. Rebound controlled by Donaldson.
Haven't had much of Donaldson today. He hasn't played quite as well as Tuesday, but need him to be in the game and rebound.
And that's going to be on Almeida. Foul out in the forecourt. Reach in. His third on Nick Almeida. Jansen comes in, gives Pichkowski a little bit of break. You got to figure Logan's going to be back in before too long here. Matson will bring it in. Tucked away by Almeida.
Interesting there. I don't know if Almeida should be getting away with that kind. There's a plane of glass that goes up from that red line, and he didn't have to mind it on that inbound. That's interesting.
Davidson. Hill. Tries to go behind him, can't get it. All the way to the hoop. Davidson. And can't quite get it. Boy, that was all the way in almost. And good shot. Davidson now guard Bates.
That's where you want to keep Bates if you can get him to stay out there.
Almeida. Hill open. Three-pointer. Rim no good. Rebounded by Lakeshore. Can't get it. Tipped away. And Davidson to Selleck. And Saints selling out to get the rebounds here, and Ben will bring it up against Hill.
Yeah, they're going to clear out and give Ben one-on-one here. I think that's probably the way to go. And I think it's okay if you're the Saints. You were able to play at a high pace early on, and right now I don't know if that serves you that well.
It looks like some of the Shorians might be getting just a little bit tired. What happens when you make a run, you use a lot of energy. And people like Malik Hill, Caleb Bates, they've been out there, Almeida, the entire time. And just Coach Walton sees that, I think, and gives Hill a break.
You know, what'll start happening is what you saw there. You use up your legs, you start to foul, and they can't afford to have Hill in foul trouble.
All right, now we'll see Jesse Creamer on Davidson. Davidson all the way in and scores. Tough move. And here comes Creamer. Bates. Oh boy, tough call there. Davidson thought he had the baseline blocked, but it's going to be called a block. It's his third. Bates.
That's a handoff on the block. There's not a lot you can do there. This is going to turn into the two best players playing against one another in a matchup here. This is Davidson's show on one end, and it'll be the Bates show on the other for the most part. You're going to let your
two best players probably in the league this year.
Yep.
Davidson behind the back again, scores it. Same move as last time.
Somebody's going to come over to help, and that's when Ben will have to dump it off, and somebody will have to contribute from that point. But right now, you're just rolling with your guy. And that's what Coach Walton's going to do on the other end, I'm sure of it.
Donaldson tipped away. Good offside help that time by Sean Donaldson. Anticipated that lob pass and knocked it away. Saints had the ball. Matson. Timeout, St. Clair. Great quick call by Coach Sherrill. Matson lost his feet going to the basket. Still had possession of the ball. And Coach Sherrill called a very quick timeout.
good use of a timeout. Still got your lead. You don't want to lose that ball and then have it be a transition for the Shoreans. That was one of the best jobs that we've seen in a while on Bates by Donaldson coming over on time. But you take a risk. He had to get up in the air to deflect that ball. If you miss, you're either going to foul him or there's nobody home when he catches it. So kind of got to give something up to get something. And that's how they're going to have to defend him here for about the next 3:26. I can't imagine Coach Walton is going to allow a possession where they go down and don't let him touch the ball.
That would seem to be the right thing to do. Saints up 58-54. Both teams have 5 team fouls. 3 minutes, 26 seconds. Great high school basketball game. Hope you made it out here on a Thursday night to St. Clair. If not, watch us on CTV Channel 6, Community Television in St. Clair. This is worth the price of admission tonight.
Yes, it's great. You got some good basketball players. You've had some kids step up with some scoring. Now a little bit of defense here in the second half. When you said that, it's exactly what I was thinking. It's a good high school basketball game.
Matson down deep. Goes in and can't get it. Nice move. Where he wanted to be. All right, here comes Creamer. And again, man-to-man. Davidson on Bates. Minor. Down under 3 minutes. 4-point lead for St. Clair.
Saints got to take a lot of pride in keeping the Shoreans to one shot of possession.
Knocked away by Jansen. Good hustle by Ian.
Or zero.
Minor, quickly. Yes. That's going to be a foul for Donaldson. And that's what Sean Donaldson does. Little things for St. Clair. Huge play by Sean. Stepped in, took the foul.
Very rarely do I take the time to compliment an official, but a lot of officials at this level don't continue to watch the area that they are supposed to and will follow that pass out to the perimeter and miss that. That was a great job by Sean Donaldson and a huge spot to take a charge. Big play.
That left a mark, as they say. Bring out a towel here to clean up the perspiration underneath the basket. Don't want it in the crucial time having somebody slip or from a little bit of wet spot. So referee's taking the time to do that. All right, Mario Matson will bring it in. Saints up 58-54. Under 3.
A lot of pressure here from the Shoreans.
Into Jansen. Matson. Duchkowski. Saints bring it over. Donaldson. And Matson has a free lane. All the way to the hoop. And gets it. Mario Matson. Strong move to the basket. And he'll go to the line to shoot 1.
There's an argument coming from Lakeshore's bench that that's the same call, and I got to be honest, it's not even close. He was late getting there. He turned his hip the wrong way. He's not in any legal guarding position. It's the right call and an and one. Good strong take. When he took off for that layup, there was an empty space in the middle.
And he knocks it
Nice
down.
shot by Mario Matson.
Saints up 61-54, 2:35.
Big defensive possession here. Got to put a premium on it. Ian Jansen's got to step up, pressure the basketball.
Omeda down to Bates. And a good shot. And quick timeout from Walton. And you got to wonder why they haven't done that all game, but he's really tough, and as we say, he does have a nice touch around the basket. He doesn't miss many shots.
Yeah, no, he's better than advertised. You know, I haven't heard a ton about him, but he's got soft touch. If you follow him and put it at the line, he makes his foul shots. He rebounds. I think it almost makes me more impressed with how well the Saints played him in the first half. And you know, halftime adjustments happen. You got to weather the storm, and right now the Saints are holding their own and doing a good job.
61-56. Next foul on Lakeshore will be 1-1. So Saints going to have to make foul shots. That's going to be, it almost always is.
Right.
Euro coach Tony Mana used to say, if you don't make foul shots, you can't stay ahead. And that's what's happening here.
Right. They're going to get the opportunity to make some foul shots here in this basketball game, and quite honestly, earlier they haven't made them. So when it comes down to crunch time, Saints are going to have to make them and hopefully have an opportunity to ice this away. Long way to go before we get there.
Matson comes away with it. And timeout for Sean Sherrill. A lot of difficulty there in the corner, and Saints actually had control, but Sean called a timeout, so not sure where we are timeout-wise. We don't have that on the scoreboard, and that could be crucial coming down here at the end.
Yeah, if I had to guess, I'm guessing each one of them has one left at least. Sherrill took a full timeout here, which leads me to believe he's out of 30s. So if you're Coach Sherrill, you're just trying to bail out. You see that possession and you know it's a critical possession. It looked like they were going to win it, but by the time he had already called it, you got to make sure that you get a look here with 2:17 left, up 5. You can't let them take that ball for a quick layup and make it a one-possession ball game.
Now, the interesting question I always had was, at what point do you try to pull it out and force them to chase you and maybe foul? Problem is, it's a very quick team.
Right.
And I'm not sure Saints have all the foot speed at every position to be able to handle that.
Right. You know, it'll be interesting to see what kind of confidence Coach Sherrill has in that. You get in that weird spot. This team's going to come up and pressure you anyway, so you may just want to stay aggressive and hope to get a backdoor or a drive-by and a layup. Because if you try to spread them out and stall the ball, a team like Lakeshore that's got these athletes is going to pick one of them and go 1-on-0 the other way. And always a difficult balance because you don't want to see that, but you do want to run some clock here and use that to your advantage, up 5.
All right, Mario Matson triggered in, man-to-man pressure over the entire court. Saints might want to use Donaldson here to bring it up with because he's being guarded by Bates. He might be the guy to actually bring the ball up.
Yeah, that was a matchup that they did not recognize right there. You want to get him in a stack and let him stand out with Bates and see if he can guard him one-on-one or bring Ben back to it. Didn't get it. Good job by the Shorians. And you got Bates one-on-one with Davidson here. Extended block. I got to imagine it's going to... Jansen stepped down to prevent that.
Looked like a travel there on Lakeshore. Didn't called. Knocked away by St. Clair. All right, Saints really have to not allow this handoff. And he lost it out of bounds.
Now right there, that was a little bit better than the last time they did it because Bates was so deep for the handoff, but he does have the ability. That's just one dribble and a little hook shot, so got to make sure you help it on the second piece. This is where Lakeshore is using an advantage. You said something about the foot speed. If you're Coach Sherrill, you want to alert the officials that they don't hold here.
Matson, and they break the press. Mario up court. Pichkowski out to Davidson. Down deep, Donaldson.
Smart play.
Don't make the tricky pass at this time. Make the safe pass. See if they'll come out and foul you. And they've done that a couple times. Got to watch for the reach around.
Not a lot of officials will let you back tip even if it's clean, reaching around like that.
Minor on Davidson. Oh, anticipated the spin. Hill all the way in. And scores.
Coach Walton called for that double team from the sideline, came up and got it. It's a good job. Makes it a one-possession game with $1.25. Got to give it to your guy, and right now I think you can let him be aggressive.
Donaldson tipped away. Foul on Davidson, and Hill will go to the line to shoot 2.
Not a horrible foul. Davidson's got a couple to give. Make him earn it at the line, give everybody a rest. Allows you to set up your press break here. I think Coach Sherrill's pretty short on timeouts. The bench is going to be equally short, so he's probably honestly saving that for an end-of-the-game situation or a break for these guys.
2 shots for Malik Hill. 4th foul on Davidson. That's a concern, obviously. First shot for Hill. It's up, and it's good.
Is that his 4th? I thought that was his 3rd.
I think they listed it as his 4th.
Then that'll be critical. He's got to be smart from here on out, and if Lakeshore's smart, they'll continue to attack him going to the basket.
Second shot for Hill. A little short, rebounded by Jansen. And Matson will bring it up. Started by Creamer. That's foul on Creamer.
And I was sitting here with you wondering when that was, decidedly not a foul. That's happened on about 4 or 5 possessions. You still have to stay in front and cannot jump up and block him, which has happened. So
Yeah, that's a foul in high school.
Contact on a dribbler with your lower body is still a foul, and correctly called there.
All right, Mario on the line, shooting 1-on-1. Can't get it. Rebound by Matson, goes to the hoop, and gets the foul again. Huge rebound by St. Clair. I think it was Jansen in the corner, and gets it to Matson, and Mario will be back on the line.
Gonna go to the line for 2. We can't say it enough. Stage in the game.
Make your foul shots.
Got to make some foul shots.
All right, Mario on the line. First one's up. Perfect.
Benefited from having just been there. Made the adjustment. Hopefully you can keep that.
Second one's always easy now. Interesting substitution. Eisenhardt in. I'm sure he's going to guard Bates. Take him away from Davidson so that Ben has a little bit better chance not to pick up that foul. Second shot for Matson. Oh, hit the top of the rim.
That wire.
Yep.
That's a unique part of this gym. That wire comes into play a lot. Sometimes that call gets made because the wire wiggles on almost every shot. If it gets near there, they call it. Big possession for the Saints, defensively.
Knocked away by Eisenhardt. Good defense. Under a minute. Saints up by 3, 62-59. Great high school basketball game here in St. Clair. Bates. Started by Eisenhardt now. That substitution was for defense.
If you're Matt Eisenhardt, this is a big spot for you to show up and get a few stops for your squad.
Bates going to dive to the block now. Hill, tough shot. Rebound by Davidson.
Great possession for the Saints. Exactly what they ordered there.
Up ahead, Davidson. Jansen all alone and scores! Great work by
Big bucket. Got to get back and defend. Cheryl wants him back. You don't want to fall on the open floor.
Almeida thought about it.
Absolutely.
And offensive foul on Almeida. Ian Jansen with a step in. Big bucket on one end, step in on the defense on the other end. Offensive foul on Nick Almeida. That's his 5th.
Saints end up winning this basketball game. You better circle number 1, Ian Jansen, in your box score. He's not going to be the leading scorer, but the defense that he's played on the perimeter against a pretty good ball handler. A big charge there and hit some big threes early. He's been a real contributor today.
And Almeida, that's his 5th. He's have to go to the sideline. Win, number 2 will come in for him.
The Saints still have to be cautious against an early turnover in a bucket here. You got to get the ball inbounds. If Coach Sherrow does have a timeout left, he cannot be afraid to use it on this.
Davidson over the shoulder, makes the catch. Spins away. Davidson down under 10 seconds. Davidson still has it. Picks up the foul. Number 3, that's Creamer. And Ben Davidson will be on the line, and he'll shoot 2.
And if you're Coach Walton, you're disappointed in the fact that the Saints were able to run half the clock off in a 5-point game, and you ended up putting their best foul shooter at the line. That's a good job by the Saints, but I'm not quite sure what the communication was for the Shorians. You got to get that foul on the catch.
Davidson knocks it down. Eisenhardt will come back in.
Big free throw coming here. Saints extends it another possession yet.
65-59. 6-point game. Second shot's up. Yes.
No roll.
Quickly up now. 6 seconds. 5. Bates, long 3-pointer. It's good. At the buzzer. And the Saints, with a really well-played basketball game, come away with a 66-62 win against Lakeshore. And Brad just won a great basketball game.
I think in bad judgment, we would say that the Saints didn't play that well in the second. I think that Lakeshore is a real good basketball team, and the Saints earned that by playing so well in the first half. I think their game plan was better. I think they used the matchups better, and they shot well, and they earned the right to play with them in the second half. So important to do that on your home floor, because you could easily see how this game's going to be really competitive down in St. Clair Shores, and right now Saints get to sit atop the league by themselves and kind of control the destiny as they kind of go on the road for the rest of their league games.
Lots of contributions tonight. You mentioned Ian Jansen, certainly Pete Chakowski, and Ben Davidson and Mario Matson with the leading scorers, and just played terrific.
Yeah, it was outstanding. The guys who you expect to step up, like Ben Davidson, they did their job, and then they got those ancillary scores and those big plays and those 50-50 balls and the rebounding that they did together against a really good player in Bates. Good win for the Saints. You got to feel good about that all the way around.
All right, everybody. John Carter along with Brad Robbins saying good night. Saints win 66-62, and we'll see you next week as we take on the Warrenwood Tower, the girls basketball team, on Tuesday. Good night, everybody.
This CTV sports presentation has been brought to you by St. Clair Chevy, Buick, GMC, We Care. By Murphy Inn Restaurant and Hotel in St. Clair. North Star Bank, guiding the way. By St. Clair Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, We Care. By Neiman's Family Market. By St. Clair's Ace Hardware. And by CTV Community TV in Marine City and St. Clair.